watch anime, like some Dragon Ball or some Initial D, if you haven't watched Initial D, you should go watch it because everybody calls me Bunta every time I show up to a car meet. Anyways, that little intro, that little music, I want to make it for like this studio space every time I talk to the camera and talk to you guys, because this is like a very therapeutic music. This melody is like hopeful, but it can be sad too. It's just like one of those perfect songs that it took me a while to find to make this little like intro. Hey, speaking of intros, let's get ready for today's episode number 3. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I got a lot of boards like in my studio, in my little living room really. Board number 1, and I promise you guys more actual car videos are coming. But that's not the only thing to expect from my channel, so I don't want to put myself in that little box. There's other things and other venues that I want to get into, and that's really the start from this video, like going forward. I'll explain why in a second, but let's start with board number 1. It is boring. It just tells me what to do in each and every day and how to do it. Board number 2, you see I haven't had a day off. I've been work. Actually Monday I was off, but I didn't vlog there. Anyways, this is a schedule. I got paid today, so that's what we're going to be talking about, because it was payday, so I can have some money to spend, but not too much because the power bill is due tomorrow. Alright, board number 1. This is the important one, and this is the money management board. Okay, quick little timeout. Money is very important. You need a lot of money to build cars. That's basically the point. You need money to build your 240, you need money to build a truck, you need money to build a Subaru. Money management is the importance of how to have all of those 3 and be successful. I don't want to put myself in a position in the future where I have to sell the Subaru or the 240 or the truck unless I really want to. I don't want to sell them out of force. So back a little story, when I had my own apartment and I was still recording these videos, I used to get paid daily. That was amazing. I was an 18, 19-year-old kid and I was getting paid daily. That was so bad for me. You guys don't understand how bad that was. I would get paid like 80 bucks or 100 bucks a day and I would just blow through it. Yeah, now I get paid bi-weekly. Big difference. So we have to start managing my money a lot better. I had gotten a lot better since then, but it still hurts a lot. So there's a couple things on this board, and I just want you to see these 3 really. This is the start of like how I want to start making my money. We got to pay my credit card. We got to do $100 in my savings every month, due at the 5th of every month. Side hustle, house cleaning. My mom did house cleaning, so I want to make that into a business. Yard sales, and then flipping them on eBay. YouTube, trying that right now. Yard work, because I mean I had to cut my yard, and then film and photography at the very least. Okay, so I have a job like everybody else. My job is 8 hours, sometimes even more. Like this week it feels like I've been doing a little bit of overtime, but it's just because my schedule has been changed up a little bit. Normally I'm off Mondays and Fridays, but schedule got changed up a little, therefore my time got a little miscommunicated. Tomorrow I work from 6:30 to 3 p.m. but then tomorrow's gonna be like a very personal vlog, and I don't want to put my family or my very close people into these vlogs if they don't want to be into it. So I might be a little bit short on footage tomorrow, but I'll let my brain come up with something. When I put up there side hustles, house cleaning, yard sales, eBay, YouTube, yard work, film and photography, I have a main hustle. I have a job that I have to go to pay the bills and just do that, right? But that's not the only thing I want to be doing in life. I want to be doing this. I want to be doing more with cars. I want to be doing more with film and photography. You know, I want to have my own little business, Illuminate Gang, like have my own shorts, have my own issue of like brand really out there. So I have to work for it, you know, nothing gets just given to anybody. And my point being is I want to take the money that I'm doing from this main job right now and just save it, get a better credit, save my money, be in a better position when I do quit that job, have that money saved up, and all the money that I'm going forward, like putting into the cars, putting into film and photography, I have to create, whether it be from like doing a detailing job, cutting somebody's yard. And biggest thing there is I wanted to buy car parts. I really did. Look at this. Subaru PVC pipes, parent inlet hose because mine's leaking. Yeah, my turbo my Subaru turbo inlet, it's leaking, and I'm idling really high. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. Okay. Anyways, back to this. RAM, 332 gigabytes, $140. Canon G7X, $500. And I think the winner for this week is going to be the RAM. Okay, so let's talk gears for a second. That was one of my biggest excuses. I always told myself, you know, I couldn't upload more or I couldn't edit more because I didn't have the best camera out there. I didn't have the Sony A7, which at the time was like what everybody was glorifying because of the amazing like photos, and the blacks were darker and the colors were brighter, and I didn't have the money to buy that because those are expensive things. And at that time, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go back into my channel, my Canon 70D just broke, and then it was gonna be like $1,000 to fix it, so I was out of a camera. But the most filming that I've done, and the most most popular videos were either filmed with this little camera or my iPhone. This is a Canon SX710HS, and it's an old camera, and that's why yesterday the audio sucked. I know it did, but hey, you know, every day we're gonna get better by doing this each and every day. The camera that we're filming this on right now is a Canon T3i, so it's a very, very old camera, much like my laptop. I have a 2013 MacBook Pro. With this one, I did update the RAM and I did upgrade it from a hard drive to an SSD, so it was a little bit faster than your normal, you know, 2013 MacBook Pro. But it's still, you know, slow. You know, when you're editing 10 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes worth of a video, and then another 3 to 5 gigabytes worth of photos, because I used to go to these events like Clean Culture, Street Circle, Slammed Enough, and I would take a bunch of photos and videos and pictures, and then I wanted to create, you know, as much as I could out of that. So that's a lot to ask from your computer. And for the longest, I was like, my excuse was I can't do what those guys are doing because my computer's too low. You know, I was blaming my success or my lack of success on the fact that I didn't have the newest equipment out there, and that's just not true. I was just not putting in the work. Now, I got a very, very lucky break actually. If you go to Craigslist and you go to the for sale section, there's a part there that says for free. You click on it. When you click on that for free, it shows you what's for free within your area. At this point, I had already bought my truck, Lucio, so I was getting into the business from watching other YouTubers and other creators that scrap metaling is a real business, and getting stuff for free and selling it on eBay is a real business as well. And one of those times, I actually found this computer. So this is an iMac, a 2011 actually, 27-inch iMac. It has a 3.4 gigahertz Intel Core i7, which is a lot better than the MacBook Pro, who has an i5. So the only thing wrong with this computer when I found it was missing RAM. So I guess the people decided to throw it out because either somebody took it or the RAM that was in there was damaged, because there was nothing in there, and it was just sitting on the sidewalk. I got it on Craigslist, and for the longest I just had to sit it in my room too because I thought it was broken, and I did not want to play with it. I was going to take it somewhere else to get fixed, because this computer, as it sits right now, is like $800 or $900. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? And it's going to be great for editing, and that's why I'm spending my money on upgrading the RAM. When I upgraded this to an SSD and into a better, because right now it has 8 gigabytes of hard drive, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It came with 4 gigabytes of RAM. I kept the 4 gigabytes of RAM, and I was able to fit it into the iMac. They're actually the exact same RAM. So technically, I either could take this 8 and put it into there, but I want to upgrade the iMac to have 8 all around, because you can get this one all the way up to 32. So it's going to allow myself to have, you know, photography and videos going all at the same time. I know I lost the car community like a long time ago. This is more for my like filmers and photographers, and basically whenever I go to events, it's always so interesting. Like, I remember the first time that I met Crispy, it was always so interesting to see what type of equipment he used. And not only that, it was not necessarily more about the equipment, it was more of like everything in his head, you know. how he shot everything, how he wrote down everything, how he knew what his next shot was going to be, and what was dope and what wasn't. It was just real interesting. So if you're a filmer or a photographer, this is really more about a video for you. And most of my videos, or some of my videos in the future, are going to be that way. Like I said, I want to get into a house cleaning business, yard selling business, you know, flipping things from yard sales on eBay, and then YouTube. You know, for YouTube, you got to know how to edit, how to film, how like different scenes mean different things, and how to put a whole story together when making a video and keeping an audience entertained. And I know it sucks right now for me because I want to give you guys more car products and more car videos, but I won't be able to until I have a day off. So please be patient. Anyways, you guys know those amazing pictures you guys like on Instagram that like have slammed enough, or all those amazing like cars that like you see going down the highway? There's a little bit of photography and videography that goes into thinking of what the shot's gonna look like on the camera, on the phone, and then how it's gonna actually interact with the community. I know, I'm rambling. Anyway, the point of this video is I'm investing this time into the computer, and then from here on forth, any car part that I buy, any product that I buy to like upgrade, like I want to make this, instead of using this one, I want to use my, I want to buy a G7X, which is what Adam LC and like all the amazing photographers use, because they're very small, you can go with them everywhere. And then like this shoots amazing, like way better than this one, but it's a lot bigger and it needs a lot more like luggage and carrying capacity. I mean, I would love to take this camera everywhere, but until I either get an 80D or another 70D, I want to just hold this one off, because I want to have a main shooter, and then this one be like, this one be the main shooter, and then have the 70D for like backup. I know, I'm rambling. Today's video was more about my filmers and photographers, and before we leave, let's actually go in here and let's buy some RAM. So I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you guys for watching. I have been your host, Marco Medina. Let me know in the comment section down below what we should name this series. I'm still at episode 3, so going strong. You know, let's celebrate each and every day that we're actually creating a video. And if you guys have any ideas about, you know, any of these businesses that I'm going to be starting in the future, whether it be a house cleaning business, yard sales, like flipping things from yard sales into eBay, YouTube, you know, YouTube community. Surprisingly, you guys have been amazing. You guys have been here and we've been talking little by little. You guys are coming back, and you guys miss me as much as I miss you all, so I appreciate you guys for that. We're going to be talking about yard work eventually one of these days when I have a day off, and I'm going to be probably learning how to do yard work. I don't know, side money. You know, what's wrong with creating your own money instead of having to work for somebody else each and every time? Nothing wrong with that in my mind. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling. You guys have been very patiently waiting for tomorrow's video, which hopefully is a lot more interesting than today's. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.